Good morning, everyone. All right, you have me here, barefaced, all natural. We are going to be talking today about one of my favorite products in our Mary Kay lineup. It is one of my best sellers. It is one of the products that I recommend every single person on this planet own. I don't care if you have small children to parents living with you. This product is going to be so versatile. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I want to talk about first. First off, if you have extremely sensitive skin, hi, this is going to be a product for you. Second, if you have extreme oily skin, you can still use this product in a different way, okay? So we're going to be talking about all of that. So today's product is actually our Extra Emollient Night Cream, okay? This is this little tube, this little miracle tube. It is my favorite thing. We are going to be talking about the benefits of this. We're going to be talking about what Mary Kay recommends you use with this. And then we're going to go off grid a little bit. And while none of these statements are supported by the company, as a mom and a Mima and a wife and a daughter, I'm going to talk about the benefits and things that we use this product for. And we'll get to all of that, okay? So first off, our Extra Emollient Night Cream, it is designed to deeply replenish moisture in very dry areas. It helps maintain your skin's natural skin barrier, which, especially after the winter that we had, definitely was needed in this household. It softens and smooths rough, dry skin and dry patches, and it makes your skin feel a little bit more supple. Now, I'm not talking just on your face, so we're going to get into this. We're going to dig deep. This also prevents moisture loss overnight. And if any of you have ever heard of skin slugging, this is what you would use Mary Kay style, okay? So this creates a protective barrier to lock in moisture. It minimizes water evaporation from your skin. It delivers long-lasting hydration, and that comes especially overnight. So I use this, you guys, I have one of these in my bathroom. I have one next to my bed. One is next to my recliner in my living room, and I keep one here in my office. I'm going to explain those reasonings in a minute. But it's ideal for extremely dry, cracked, or compromised skin. There is a reason I am barefaced right now, and we'll get into that in just a second. Okay. So I'm going to get through my notes here for you guys because I want to make sure I'm really digging deep into this product. This is something that everybody needs, okay? So I'm going to talk 3 to 5 key ingredients here that really explains the power of this product. The first one is petrolatum, okay? That locks in moisture, it softens skin, it creates a water repellent barrier. Okay. It's nice. It has mineral oil and paraffin in it, which smooths and conditions skin. It prevents moisture loss, and it adds a rich, cushiony feel to your skin. It also has beeswax and plant waxes to help seal in hydration and provide a light humectant with protective benefits, okay? So together, all of these things lock in moisture, and that's what we're trying to do with this. So it is suitable for all skin types, dry skin especially. It will not clog your pores. It is non-comedogenic. It is hypoallergenic, which I have extremely sensitive skin, and it's clinically tested for skin irritancy and allergies. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. And we are going to talk truthfully about me for just a second. When I say I have extremely sensitive skin, you guys, I can't even use laundry detergent. We have an ozone washer thing on our washing machine that cleans our clothes because I can't use anything on my skin. as a matter of fact, until I found Mary Kay, I actually had a really hard time finding products that I could use on my face, on my body, on my hands, because I was so sensitive. I also have seasonal allergies, which is why I'm going to be talking about this product today. So, for those of you who say, oh, I don't know, I have sensitive skin, trust me when I tell you, somebody who has extreme sensitive skin, this is a great option, okay? So I'm going to talk about the everyday skincare uses. It is for dry patches on your face and your body, okay? So the first thing that I want to talk about, and I'm going to put some of this on. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to get real close. We're going to get up close and personal today, okay? I don't know if you guys can see this. This right here, I don't know. That is an extreme dry skin patch. Now, it has nothing to do with my skincare. It has nothing to do with how I'm washing my face. What it has to do with is my seasonal allergies. My seasonal allergies are terrible. And we're coming into the season where things are starting to sprout and bloom, and the trees are coming into pollen, and just all of those things. People are starting to mow their grass. And overnight, my eye waters. And every year, this same eye gets this long, rough, dry patch. And so the only thing that I can use on it is the extra emollient night cream. So I'm just going to, and I'm talking, you guys, that is a very tiny amount, very tiny amount. And I just apply that to that area, okay? And that helps keep that moist, and it helps to keep it from peeling and cracking and flaking and all of those things. It's also good for chapped lips. So I put this on my lips before I go to bed every single night. Again, very, very tiny amount. Okay. This product is actually one of the original products from the Mary Kay skincare line, and it has never changed. It has changed packaging, but the formula has never changed since 1963. Okay, if that tells you how good this is. It's great for rough elbows and knees. How many of you guys, I know I love to garden, and so my knees get a little dry as I'm planting and doing all the things because I'm on my knees a lot. And so this is great for that as well. It's also good for dry hands and cracks. It is a cuticle softener. Okay, so it will soften your cuticles. It's also, this is something my mother does religiously. It's great for dry, cracked heels and feet. And it's, if you toss it on overnight and you throw some fuzzy socks on top of it, it just locks in that moisture. You guys, my mom's feet are like baby's feet, and she's like me. She hates to wear shoes, so she's barefoot a lot. And so her feet are super soft because of this, okay? And everyday skincare uses is great under and around the eyes for small amounts with dryness only, okay? So you guys saw what I did there. So overnight, you can use this overnight to slug, to seal in your moisturizer, and it goes on after all of your skincare. You can just throw a thin layer on your face and go to bed, okay? Now, if you have super oily skin, I'm gonna probably not suggest that for you, but if you have extremely dry skin, this could be maybe a once a week type situation. It's great as an overnight hand mask, an overnight foot repair treatment. We just talked about that. It's good for flakiness and windburn recovery. Okay. You guys, we used to have a boat and I would get windburn. And so this is a great option to cover that wind burn. I also use this before I would go out and help my husband shovel snow. I would put a thin layer on my face to protect from that cold and the chap with the wind and the dry and the cold outside. Any exposed skin got a layer of this to protect it, okay? So it protects from the cold weather and the wind, which we just went over that. It shields skin before outdoor exposure. Again, shoveling snow, being out there, and all of that exposure. It prevents chafing on your thighs, underarms, and ladies on your bra line, okay? It also protects skin from irritation from clothing and friction. Okay. It helps prevent moisture loss after. It also prevents moisture loss after bathing. Okay. I use this on my grandkids when they get out of the bathtub because they do have some dry patches and things. And so I put this on as a barrier on their, I just use it like lotion. Okay. So family friendly uses, that's what we're segueing into here. And I use it for baby dry patches. Okay. Skin patches, their little legs and their arms, and diaper area, diaper rash, cradle cap. I use it for drool rash protection. My newest grandbaby is drooling and sucking on her fingers, and she gets these little rashes, and she gets little rashes on her cheeks and things like that, and dryness. And so we just put that on to protect her from all of that. Okay. And then minor skin irritations. Understand that this is supportive care only. This is not a medical treatment, okay? Not a medical treatment. This is not something, these things are not things that Mary Kay has said, hey, this is what you use this for. This is just things that I have personally used this for. Minor burns after cooling the skin first. Sunburn after the initial heat has calmed. We do have a product for that. If you want to know what it is, reach out to me. Minor cuts once they're closed, not open wounds. Do not use this on an open wound, okay? The healing stage of scrapes. Skin peeling post sun burn or dryness. Razor burn. I have used this on razor burn. And irritated skin from shaving. So gentlemen, if you are watching and you have some irritation, this is a great option for you. So for your skin conditions, this is not a treatment, but it can help your symptoms. It helps smooth and soothe dryness from eczema. It helps relieve flaking from psoriasis. It's for extremely dry, compromised skin barrier. We have a couple other solutions for that. You can reach out to me for those as well. We talked about one several weeks ago with our new barrier restore. And then this is also great for skin recovering from over exfoliation. So I have heard a lot of people go to a spa and they get these treatments and they come home and they're like, my skin is wrecked. And I don't necessarily go and have those things done. I do them here, and I know my limits, and I know how much exfoliation I can use and what you should use. And so this is just great to keep on hand for that. And then these are little beauty hacks. These are consultant favorites, and these are things that I have compiled over the years. It adds shine to lips over lipstick. You can see how shiny my lips are after just putting that on. It also tames eyebrows, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm just going to, and then you can use a brush, our little spoolie brush for our brows, our brow and eyeliner brush, and that will just tame them and keep them safe. It softens rough spots before makeup, so I would apply this before I applied my moisturizer, or not my moisturizer, my foundation, so that it doesn't crack through. You can also use it as a glow on your cheekbones as a highlight, just a very, very tiny amount on your cheekbone, and you can see how it just kind of gives you a soft shine. Love it. Okay. And it also smooths dry patches before foundation, just like we talked about on this eye. Okay. And then grandma tricks. These are tricks, again, that I have used these for. It softens your scars over time to keep them moisturized. It protects against small kitchen burns, heel crack repair, which we talked about, and nose protection during colds from tissues and the moisture here when you're constantly blowing your nose and things like that, okay? Here are some responsible things. Please do not use this on open wounds, deep cuts, infected skin, or second and third degree severe burns. It is okay for minor superficial irritation, dry healing skin, and a protective barrier after the skin has closed. I want you guys to think about this as a sealant and a protector, not a healer or medicine, okay? So basically, if it's dry, irritated, or it needs protection, this is your go-to skin shield. I love this stuff. I think honestly every household should have this on hand, and it should be in every bathroom across the country, hands down, okay? So thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you learned something new. If you want to reach out to me, you can find all of my links in my bio. You can shop with me, you can connect with me, you can find me on all my social media platforms. They're all listed. So I hope to see you soon, and I've got new things and fun things in store coming up. Have a great day. Bye, guys.